Namaste, everyone, and welcome to today's yoga session. Let's begin in a comfortable seated position. Straighten the spine, keep the shoulders relaxed. You can lift your shoulders up, back, and down, allowing the chest to be open. Let the hands be in Gyan Mudra if you want, gently touching the tips of your forefinger and the thumb, and keeping the facial muscles relaxed. Close your eyes. Simply begin by noticing the breath, bringing your full attention to what's happening in this moment. Taking the attention to different parts of the body, the hands, the hips, the legs, the spine, crown of the head. After individually scanning the body parts, see if you can feel the whole body as one entity. And as you stay aware of the whole body, see if you can also keep a track of your incoming and outgoing breath. Try to keep the body as relaxed and as still as possible. Allowing that sense of lightness and ease and expansiveness, allowing that feeling to flow into the body. There is less struggle, less bifurcation, and more integration, more of experiencing the whole body as one. And see if you can feel the subtle movements in the body because of the breathing. Now, at the same time, while being aware of the whole body, being aware of the breath, can you also start becoming aware of your surroundings? As if slowly you're allowing your awareness to spread out. Try to stay rooted into this stillness. And see that how long can you sustain your attention on your very being, your essence. How long can you sustain your attention on the body sensations and the breath and all the sounds coming into the body. And throughout the session today, see if you can carry this stillness in the background while the body and the mind will carry out all the asanas and pranayama. Let us take 5 deep breaths to energize the body before we begin the practices. Deep inhalation, filling the belly and the lungs. Exhale it all out. Do 4 more rounds at your own pace. Excuse me. And once you finish the 5 rounds, let the breath become natural and gently bring your palms together. Rub your palms vigorously. Stop your eyes, massaging the eyes gently. Slowly start taking the palms away from your eyes. Blink your eyes open, look into your palms, and relax the hands. So today we will begin in the supine position, lying down on our backs. So just slowly roll down and lie down on your back. Straighten the legs. Let the body relax, but keep the body active at the same time. Back of the neck on the ground. We will begin with Pavan Muktasana. So bend your right knee, draw the right knee close to the chest, intertwine the fingers and hold your knee. And gently start pulling the knee towards the shoulder. Using your breath to relax the body. Open up the hips. Now while you do this, start doing ankle rotations on the right leg. Reverse the direction. Stop the movement. And now while you keep the knee pulling towards the shoulder, lift your forehead up. Bring the forehead towards the knee. And slowly release the head, release the leg, and switch legs. On the left side, keep pulling your knee gently, focusing on your breath. Ankle rotations on the left side. Reverse the direction. And stop the movement. Now lift your head up. Bring the forehead towards the knee. Release the head. Release the leg. Shake it out. Now bend both of your knees. Draw both the knees close to the chest. Lift your head up, wrap your hands around the knee. So you can either hold the opposite elbows or the opposite wrist and relax your head down first. Now from here, just move from side to side, massage your back. Stop the movement. Now stay here and see if you can lift your head up, bring the forehead close to the knees. Release your head, release the legs, and shake it out. Now from here, we'll do single leg lifts. So lift your right leg up. Try to keep it straight as much as possible. Keep breathing gently. And slowly we'll start to lower the leg down at different angles. So this is 90 degrees right now. Bring it down to 75 degrees. Keep breathing. 60 degrees. 45 degrees. Try to keep the entire leg engaged. 30 degrees. Keep breathing. 15 degrees. Hovering over the ground. Hold it for a few seconds and release. Now shake it out. Try to relax all the muscles. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Lift your left leg up. Try to keep it straight as much as possible. And keeping the rest of the body relaxed. Start bringing it down, 75 degrees, 60 degrees, 45 degrees. Keep breathing steadily, 30 degrees, 15 degrees. Keeping it hovering over the ground. And slowly release. Shake it out. Now we'll do both the legs. So lift both of your legs up. Start at 90 degrees. And we'll hold a little bit longer over here. So keep breathing. You can also turn your palms down to get some support with your hands. 75 degrees. Keeping the core engaged. Keep breathing. 60 degrees. Try to keep your legs as straight as possible. 45 degrees. Take deep and long breaths. 30 degrees. Core engaged. Keep breathing. 15 degrees. Almost there. And relax. Let the legs come down, shake it out. And for the next few moments, just allow the whole body to relax. Let the breath become natural. Let all the muscles relax. Bend both of your knees. Bring both knees close to the chest. Place your palms on the knees and make some circles with your lower back. Reverse the direction. Now stop the movement and release your feet. Now keep your feet hip width apart and keep the feet placed on the mat. So we'll practice bridge pose, Setu Bandhasana, and we'll be doing 3 different variations. So the first one, just keep the feet on the mat, palms down, and see if you're able to grace the back of your heels with your fingers. So that is where you want to keep the feet. Now from this starting position, just press your feet into the mat slowly, lifting the hips up towards the ceiling. Keep going as much as possible. Breathe. Keep the whole leg engaged. Glutes, thighs. Draw the knees forward slightly. Keep lifting your hips towards the ceiling. And slowly, one vertebrae at a time, start to release your hips down. Lie down on your belly, on the back, and draw your knees close to the chest. Just do it as a counter pose. Again, you can move from side to side if you want. Just hug your knees tightly. Now place your feet down. We'll prepare for the second round of Setu Bandhasana. Again, just touch the back of your heels. Once again, come into bridge pose, lifting the hips up towards the ceiling. This time, we will intertwine the fingers behind the back. So see if you're able to do that. Squeeze the shoulder blades slightly, and you will be able to lift up even higher. Keep all of the legs engaged. And stay here. Keep breathing. Slowly release the hands first, and then release your vertebrae down. And do the counter pose once again. Bring the knees close to the chest. Move from side to side. And release the feet down on the mat once again. Let's prepare for the third and final round of Setu Bandhasana. So in this variation, just draw your feet a little bit closer. So bringing the heels close to the hips. See if you can grab hold of your ankles. And then move into your Setu Bandhasana. So while holding the ankles, just lift your hips up towards the ceiling. Keep breathing. And slowly release the tailbone down. Bring the knees in. Hold the counter pose, hugging your knees. And just move from side to side. Massage the back. Now from this position, stop moving. Release your hands and keep the knees close to the chest. Feet off the floor. Now intertwine the fingers and take your hands behind the head. And now lift up your head. So we'll come into this position where we'll be working on the core. This is a dynamic pose. So just stretch your right leg out and bring your right elbow towards the left knee. Then switch legs. So just like that, you can slowly start making this cycling motion with your legs. Bringing the opposite elbow towards the knee. Keep breathing steadily as you do this. Now reverse the direction of your legs. Finish the last round and then relax. You can stretch your legs out and just breathe for a few seconds. Allow the body to completely relax and sink into the ground. Let the breathing become natural. Now, from this position, bend your knees, bring the feet on the mat once again. We will practice this pose called thread the needle, also known as the supine pigeon pose. So you can place your right ankle on the left knee and take the left foot off the floor. Now you will take your right hand in between the legs, left hand from outside the legs, and hold your left knee. Now release the head down and just breathe. Slowly start pulling the right ankle and the left knee towards you. The more you can breathe and relax, the more you can allow the body to open up. And notice these opposing forces. You're pulling the left knee towards you, and the right knee is pushing away from you. Now, before we come out of this pose, see if you can lift your head, bring the forehead close to the ankle, and release the head, release the leg, switch legs, place the left ankle on the right knee. Just breathe. Now, lift your right foot off the floor. The left hand goes from between the legs, right hand from the outside. Hold your right knee, release the head, and slowly you can start pulling. The right knee comes towards you, the left knee is pushing away. Keep breathing comfortably. Before we finish, lift your head up, bring the forehead close to the ankle, and release. Release both the feet down. And now, just start to walk your feet away from each other. So you bring the feet towards the sides of the mat, and then even outside the mat, let the knees fall towards each other. So this is called constructive rest pose. You can feel the stretch on the outside of the hips. Just breathe. Let the body relax and enjoy the passive stretch. You can also do the opposite of this by bringing the soles of your feet together and letting the knees fall on the side. This is called Sukta Baddha Konasana. Comfortable breathing. Bring the knees together, feet on the mat. Now we will practice Chakrasana, wheel pose. So let me just show it to you once. Chakrasana can be a little challenging. So in Chakrasana, we begin in this position, knees bent, feet on the mat. And then we place the palms next to the ears, fingers pointing down like this. And then using the hands and legs together, we lift up the hips towards the ceiling. So you can try this out, but if this is too difficult, you can just practice Setu Bandhasana, bridge pose. But you're welcome to try wheel pose as well. So those of you trying the wheel pose, hands will be next to the ears, fingers pointing down, and get a nice grip with your palms first, and then you can move into the wheel pose, lifting the hips up towards the ceiling. Keep your legs engaged. Comfortable pace of breathing. And slowly release your back down. Release the hands. And let's do a counter pose. So bring the knees in. You can either hold the knees or wrap your hands around. Just move from side to side. Keep breathing. Now release the feet down. So we'll finish our supine sequence with supine twist. So to practice the twist, just stretch your arms out on either side, shoulder level. And then lift your right leg, take it over the left like this. And then both the legs will fall down on the right side as you look towards the left. So feel that twist. You can also try this twist without placing one leg over the other. So if you want to try that, you can do that too. Just letting the legs fall down on the right side, looking towards the left. Let's move to the other side. Again, you have the option. Either you can take the left leg over the right and then let your legs fall down on the left side. Look towards the right. Option to try this without taking one leg over the other. Just letting the legs fall down on the left. Slowly come back to the center. And now we'll prepare to come up. So first straighten your legs. And to come up, just stretch your arms over the head. And then as you exhale, just lift up and then move into Paschimottanasana, reaching your palms towards the feet. You can bend the knees if you want. Release the head down. Just breathe comfortably. Lift your hands up, straighten the spine. Inhale. One more time, we'll move into the forward fold. Exhale, reach forward, suck your belly in, release the head down. And inhale, come up. Exhale, relax. So from this position, we'll move into Purvottanasana. Place your palms behind you, fingers pointing forward. Keep your feet together. And as you exhale, lift your hips up, reach your toes towards the ground, let the head fall back. Reverse plank position. Comfortably breathing. Slowly bring your hands down and just sit down now, cross-legged, comfortably. Feel free to grab a drink of your water. Whenever you're ready, settle down. Comfortable seated position. Spine is straight. You can bring your hands in Chin Mudra if you want. See how you can become at ease with the body, neither tightening any one part nor leaving it passive. The whole body is relaxed, active, integrated into one being. And notice when you do this, you can make some subtle movements in the body, maybe straightening the spine a little more, keeping the shoulders relaxed. And if you become completely still, you can notice a natural upward flow of energy. So keep your breath natural and relaxed. Keep your entire attention on your whole being, on your breath. Slowly and carefully navigating one moment after the other with full, unbroken awareness. Let us slowly transition into Kapalbhati pranayama. In Kapalbhati, keeping the spine straight, we will exhale forcefully. It's called bellow breathing as well. So just like bellow, squeezing the air out, we'll just exhale and suck the belly in like this. So you only have to worry about your exhalations. Don't worry about the inhalations. And we will practice this. Now, a couple of guidelines before we carry on. Um, Firstly, the whole point of this is to facilitate upward flow of energy towards the skull. And then at the end of this, when you finish whatever rounds, 40, 50, whatever we practice, At the end of it, as soon as you do the last exhalation, you can come into this breathless state where you're just aware and there is no need for the body to breathe in or out. So, see how long you can sustain that breathless state. Then, when the need arises to breathe, you take one inhalation, one exhalation, and then see if you can sustain another breathless state. So, we will be practicing 3 rounds of Kapalbhati. At the end of each round, each set, we will try this breathless um, state. So, let's begin now. First round at a medium pace. You can practice 40 rounds, 50 rounds, or even go higher up to 80 or 90 rounds. As soon as you finish practicing, and once you go through the breathless states, just come back to that deep stillness where the breath is flowing naturally, the body is easy, and you are just watching with full alertness. And out of this stillness and alertness, whenever the body wants, you can begin the second set. This time you can go up to 100 rounds if you want, but do not push the body. Just do as much as you can comfortably. Allow yourself to merge back into that stillness. All of these practices are a good opportunity for us to oscillate between doing and being. So when we practice the pranayama, we are actively doing something, and then suddenly we fall back into being, just watching. And again, from this place of stillness, you can begin the third round. This time you can go up to 150 rounds if you want. You can go at a faster pace, but again, listen to the body and stop whenever the body wants to. Let's begin. Going through the breathless states, come back to your space of meditation. Come back to that state of stillness. Where you allow your innermost self, your innermost awareness to shine through. And you can gently blink open your eyes if you want. I will talk about the next pranayama we will practice. It's called Ujjayi pranayama. In Ujjayi breathing, we bring the attention to the throat area, and there can be a slight engagement of the throat muscles, but you don't have to actively engage the throat muscles. You just have to visualize that you're breathing from the throat instead of breathing with your nose. So it can involve slight engagement of the throat muscles and also just slowing down the inhalations and exhalations. So you can notice that I'm making some noise or some sound while doing it. You can begin by that, but as you get used to it, you don't need to make those sounds. But just to understand what it is, it's kind of like when we snore, the sound that we make. So that is what it is. So let's practice Ujjayi now. One more thing in Ujjayi. So the way we practice is natural breath is happening, and then slowly we bring the Ujjayi breathing by bringing the attention to the throat. And you can increase the intensity of these breaths like this. So you increase the intensity for 5 or 6 breaths, and then slowly bring it down, and then bring it back to just breathing with your nose, not even aware of the throat. So kind of we'll go in that way. Let's begin the first set. And slowly coming back to breathing just with your nostrils. In other words, let the body breathe on its own. Blink, open your eyes. I hope this Ujjayi breathing technique is clear. If you feel comfortable with it, just go ahead with the second round. Otherwise, I'll just explain it once again. We are simply taking the attention to the throat and visualizing that we are breathing in and out from the throat. That will involve engaging the throat muscles slightly, and we increase the intensity of this for 5 or 6 rounds, and then slowly bring it back down until we are again naturally breathing with the nostrils. So that is the whole process. Let's do one more set now. Slowly come back to your natural breath. Coming back to stillness. Coming back to the subtle sensation of energy flowing upwards. Bringing lightness and ease in the body. And from this place of stillness, let us move into the third round of Ujjayi breathing. This time we can go a little bit longer with the intense breaths, maybe take up to 10 breaths. Let's begin. Slowly come back to your natural breath, relaxing the throat muscle, just breathing in and out. The body is still, the breath is flowing in and out on its own, and you are just the awareness pervading the whole body and even flowing out of the body, allowing pure and direct perception, no resistance. By leaning into this inner stillness more and more, you can allow your inner self to shine through. That self which is one with everyone and everything around us. This is how this limited body, this limited body and mind, like the wave of an ocean, can become limitless, can become the whole ocean itself. So we will continue to sit in meditation for a few more minutes. If you wish, you can lie down on your back to practice Shavasana while you stay in this state of meditation. Otherwise, stay seated. Body is relaxed and still. Breath is natural. Keep trying to sustain your attention in the present moment without getting drawn into the thoughts. Sometimes thoughts are strong, the thoughts are apparent, and we can't help but think those thoughts. In that case, allow yourself to be engaged in thought, but as soon as you become aware of it, see if you can also pay attention to what's happening in that moment physically, the breath and the sensations and the sounds around you. So, even though some part of your attention is engaged in thinking, you're also rooted in the present moment. And whenever it's possible, let go of the thinking completely. Simply being in this moment, no doing of any kind. Those of you who are in Shavasana, you can stretch your hands over the head, giving yourself a full body stretch. Bend the knees, roll over to one side, and join us back into a comfortable seated pose. We will finish the session today with 3 chants of Omkara. We will chant together, and in between every chant, we will come back to that place of stillness, keeping the breath relaxed. First round, deep inhalation. Om. Natural breath. Second round, deep inhalation. Om. When you finish chanting the second round, notice the after effects of the chant, the residual vibrations in the body. Let us practice the third round. Deep inhalation. Om. Comfortable breathing. Allow these vibrations to sink into the mind and body as you carry forward with your day or night. Gently bring your palms together. Rub your palms. You can cup your eyes and you can spread this energy all over the body. You can blink open the eyes. Namaste. Thank you.